Bismillah Rahman Rahim. From today I am going to start new sequence of videos related to integration or antiderivative. We will start integration from very basic level, intermediate level, then we'll move gradually towards high level, graduation or master level. Now we'll start the video. In this video, you will see first integration or antiderivatives, second elements of integration, third rules or formulae of integration with examples, fourth types of functions, and fifth we will do the question related to algebraic functions. Integration or antiderivatives. Integration or antiderivative. Sometimes derivative of a function is given and we want to find the function whose derivative is given. Then we adopt a technique named as antiderivative or integration. Suppose we have given derivative of any function, this one, and we require to find out the function whose this derivative is given. Then we will use the technique of integration to find out the function whose this is derivative. We are going to find out the function by using integration. After finding out the integration of this function, we get the answer x square. So this x square is the required function whose derivative is given. So that's why integration is also called antiderivative, because integration and derivative are totally opposite to each other. If this is a derivative of any function and we require that function, we will do the integration and get the function whose derivative is given. In integration, you will see that this symbol, which is called integral sign, and here is written any function f of x. This function will be called integrand. Then there is an operator. This is called operator. So question of integration consists on these three elements: integral sign, integrand, and operator. This operator involving variable decide that on which variable of function will follow the rule or formula of integration. If in function there is any other variable, suppose this is question. Here in function there are two variables x and y, but you are looking that operator consists on variable x, so all the rules of integration will apply on the variable x, and this variable, which is other than the variable involving operator, will be treated as a constant function, constant value, so we can take it out from the integral sign. But if suppose the operator consists on variable y, then we will treat x as a constant value. We can take it out and apply all the rules of integration on variable y. So that was important thing. Suppose I am going to find out the integration of 5. According to the rule of integration, 5 is a constant value. So we can take it out from integral sign. Their remaining value is 1, and according to the rule of integration, integration of 1 will be x. So first rule, the integration of 1 is x. Now I am going to take another example. Suppose I am going to find out the integration of 5xk. Same as previous example, we can take out 5 from the integral sign. Here remaining value is x square. Now we are going to find out the integration of x square. So according to the rule of integration, if there is any power of variable, suppose n, according to the rule, we will add 1 with the given power and write the result of the power in its denominator. So we are going to add 1 in this given power 2, and we will write the result, which is 3, 2 plus 1 3, going to write in its denominator. So the final answer is 5 by 3 x cube is the integration of this function. You see these two examples. Now we do another example. Suppose I am going to take this example. Whenever the variable is in denominator of the function and there is a constant value in its numerator, then you will move this variable towards numerator. If there is power rather than 1, I am going to move this power towards numerator. The sign of the power will be changed. Now here we will apply this rule. We are going to add plus 1 in the given power and going to write the result of the power in its denominator. After simplification, you will get x power minus 2. In further, you will move this x in its denominator and the sign of the power will be changed. So this is required integration. Now I am going to take another example. Suppose in denominator variable have power 1, then we don't need to move this variable towards numerator. If there is a power rather than 1, then you will move this variable towards numerator, as in this example number 3. So this type of question, this type of function has integration natural log of denominator. So that's another rule. So you have seen these 3 rules. Here I tell you one more thing which is most important. Whenever you find the integration of any function, you add a constant c. Whenever you find the integration of any function, in that step you add constant c with the answer. But here you can neglect this one. In other video, inshallah, I will tell you in detail about this one, how you add this c at the end of integration. So we don't need to add c in each integration. You can neglect this one. This is not so much important. Write c. The question we will do in this video will follow these 3 rules. There are basically 5 types of functions. We use in integration, algebraic function, exponential function, trigonometric function, inverse trigonometric function and logarithmic function. But in first type of integration, we use algebraic function, exponential and trigonometric function, first three functions. Rest of the other two functions, inverse trigonometric function and logarithmic function, used in other types of integrations. We will discuss later. Now we start the questions from algebraic functions. In first type of integration for algebraic functions, we will try these questions as example. These two questions 1 and 2 both have same procedure and both are in simple expressions. So we will check how to find the integration of these two questions. After that we will do question 3 and 4, both are in product form. We will find the integration of these two questions. Then we will check the question related to binomial form. First we will expand these brackets either using formula or any other way. We will simplify these questions and find out the integration of question 5 and 6. After these 6 questions, we will move to question related to fractions form. In fraction form, there are two types of fractions. One, the fraction whose denominator consists on a single term. As you are looking at question 7, 8, 9 are the question whose denominator consists on a single term. Then the question related to fraction form, there are two types, improper and proper. I will tell you about proper and improper later when we will do these questions. In this type of questions, here denominator consists on more than one term. So we will check how to find the integration of these type of questions, question number 10 and question number 11. Then at the end we will try question number 12, which is different from the other questions. We will check how to find the integration of this question. Now we start the questions. Now we start from question number 1. First step, we apply this integral sign separately with each term. We apply integral sign separately with each term. In next step, we will take out the constant value from integral sign. We take out this 3 from integral sign, same as here. We take out 5, integration of 1 remain as it is. Now here we apply the integration rule as you've seen before. X raised to power n, we add 1 with the given power and write the result in its denominator. 2 plus 1, 3. Same as here. Here power of x is 1. We will add 1 with this power and write the result, which is 2, in its denominator. And you have seen that integration of 1 is x. After simplification, you will get x cube minus 5 by 2 x square plus x. This is your integration of the given function. At the end, you can simplify more by taking common x, or otherwise it is your required answer. Now we do the next question. First step, we apply integral sign with each term separately. Before finding out its integration, we convert these radical signs into power. Same as here. Before finding out its integration, we do one more step. We move this x from denominator to numerator. Its power will be changed into minus 1 by 2. Now we find the integration by applying the same rule, x raised to power n. We add 1 with this power and write it in its denominator. Same as here, we add power 1 and write the result in its denominator. After solving these powers by taking LCM, if you take the LCM of 1 by 2 plus 1, you will get 3 by 2. You will get 3 by 2. I hope you know about how to take the LCM. Same as here, if you take the LCM of minus 1 by 2 plus 1, you will get 1 by 2. Now 2 by 3, x raised to power 3 by 2, same as here, 2 x raised to power 1 by 2. When you move the term from denominator to numerator, we take its reciprocal. So these are your required answer. This is the integration of this given function, question number 2, and this is the integration of this function. Now we move towards question 3 and 4.